Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very soothing honey and lemon, which is more medicinal than anything else because of this persistent cold and cough, so apologies in advance, it cannot be helped. Either way, welcome back to the game, and previously, among other things, we had a couple of issues with power, and, well, apparently upon load, it's all now fixed. I think it was to do with the backup generator not supplying the right amount of power, which is what people have pointed out, but yeah, it's something I don't really use in builds a lot of, and we've got a bit of a fight going on here, and well, Taser Rollout has indeed been very useful. And yeah, we're going to continue on with some building, and hopefully we're going to get our house in order when it comes to the daily cash flow. We're really trying to secure them funds and make everything all right. In order to do so, I'm going to do a couple of things. Firstly, we're going to go to grants. I'm going to go for inmate nutritional research, over to policy, and well, more on this in a moment. I want to go down to the food here and go for all a low quantity and low variety meal, and then obviously we want to serve that on the regime just the once. So I'm just going to go with, say, free time there. In fact, no, what I'll do is I'm going to put it as maybe yard time, just so I remember to change it back. So that is a low quantity, low variety meal for 2 days. So we'll get that done in this episode, hopefully. I also want to go over to our intelligence and then tracking, and then we can see that we have Paul Dane here, who's actually got a tracking belt. So it was just a case of getting a load, and it's now fixed the issue. Let me go and end their punishment, but also change their deployment here. So this is now staff only, so everything hopefully will be all right. I do want to make some improvements in this area, but it's working at the moment, so we'll see how we get on. So we got 13,000 generic units of currency, and we are still making money, which is good. Obviously, running certain programs, which is draining them funds, but obviously we still got people coming in. We also have rats in the prison, so I'm probably going to have to call in some pest control. We don't necessarily need to do it because we do have, if we go over to our pause it once again, what's going on here? Bobby Johnson is destroying. Sorry, the name got me there. And yeah, we can see that they are not a fan of Chase the guard, and also, speaking of chasing, they're getting chased off 3 of our guard dogs. Okay, fair enough. Yes, back over to our programs. You can see we are running guard taser certification, electrician training, fire safety training, first aid training, cold training, and disarming certification. Pest control is not being run, but we've only got 2 in the queue, and we've finished that. Yeah, so we didn't really necessarily need to call in the pest control. We didn't need to do it, but it's always good just to basically fix this before it becomes a problem. Prevention rather than reaction, I think, is the term. Speaking of reactions, we do have to stop the guys misbehaving and reacting badly, and one of the things I want to do is finally change, some may say, some of this here, because everything is under lockdown and we're not using solitary. It's just an oversight on my part, so apologies for that. Let me go ahead and fix this. So anything to do with attacking, we're going to go for solitary. So anything to do with attack prisoner, attack staff, serious injury, certainly murder, we're going to go for solitary, and then the rest will probably keep us locked down. And then we'll have all of these match with medium. We also have high risk as well. I'm going to match with medium as well. Now, that might not work. I'll have to see how we get on, because obviously they're going to be around here. Actually, I say that. Where is that? Where is that guy? Let me go ahead and go to intelligence tracking, and oh no, they're actually there. They are actually being escorted back. Okay, fine. Danger level is going down, which is good. We're still working on the nutritional research, which is fine. So where do we go from here? Well, what I want to do is, well, there's a couple of things. Obviously, we do need to go for ex-gang member protection program, which is going to be taking the gang members and obviously reforming them. That means we have to do a couple of programs. The first one, if we check out here, would be in prisoner programs. It would be let's have a quick scroll. Not behavioral therapy, although that is a probably good one to go with. Spiritual guidance as well. I think I might actually prioritize that. Have a think about that one. But we find this one there. But gang rehabilitation 21 in the queue. So if a gang member has been causing too much trouble around the prison, try to get them to complete this program. The first step is severing ties with their gang, and then you want to go for tattoo removal as well. So we don't have that. They must have a faith program / gang rehabilitation. So I think the faith program is the easiest one to do. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put in a chapel, I think, around here. Although I may make this a little bit bigger because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, and I don't think we need 4. Let's just see about maybe paring these down a little bit. So that doesn't look right, but we'll double check. 11, 11, then we 10, won't it? 9, okay. I guess I could do that. So we've got 10, and then 10, and then 11, because of course. But what would the big rooms? What would the big rooms be? I'm not too sure. Certainly a chapel. We do want a chapel. We want in a chapel, a classroom. We don't have parole. Sorry, we do have parole. It's over here, but we don't need any more. Yeah, that'd actually be fine, I think. Okay, over to our building concrete, and I'm going to just build this room for now. Yeah, and I'm going to put doors on either side. Actually, you know what? That is a big mistake doing it like that, isn't it? Because they can't get around. Let me redo that. Let me go for pathways here. I'm going to remove that and put a pathway that's going to go across and then round. And that means obviously redoing the sizings of this, so let me just see about that. And that seems to be right. We've got 10 and then 9 and then 9, I think. Yep, that should be fine. And then we're going to go for concrete building, and that'll be a lot better, I think. That's fine. And also we can put in... there would be an entrance in the middle because it is... Let me double check the measurements. It is 13, so there is a middle. Yeah, I mean, there's always a middle, you understand. It's just whether it's a single or a double door. But this will be a single, so it's doors, and then it's standard door, and then it goes there, and then we'll let the workers crack on. And that'll be a chapel, so faith program, which will reduce the overall temperature, things like that. So, at least things have sort of fixed themselves. We do have Paul Dana now with a tracking belt on there. We can zoom in and see that, which is all good. We have in... I noticed this here. I don't know what's gone on here. This is apparently an overabundance of food. I think it was to do with the massive delay in the stuff being brought in from the boat here. I think that's basically what's happened, but yeah... Let's just max speed this out. We do have pest control on site. It says air pest control. I can't find them, but it does say they're on site. But we still have rats here. Rough number of rats is 5. I think it's just multiples of 5 actually that it says. But yeah, we'll see how we get on with that one. Just seeing where the pest control guys are, but they're gonna go around and clean everything. Speaking of cleaning, this is absolutely filthy here. That's probably to do with the rats. There's the janitor calling. It says, "Congratulations on handling this calamity. We have been awarded this bonus of 10,000. Keep up the good work." Okay, so that's the rats there. So I think, go for a stop of that. So there we go. All good. All good. That's what we want to see. In terms of staffing, we probably need another dog handler, another couple of armed guards would be nice. I don't think I need any more workers or cooks. Snipers, don't need that either, but yeah, let's see. So we have 25% on inmate nutritional research, so that's all good. Let me just double check the, let's see, informants here, and oh, lots and lots of traits. We can see we do have the extra traits on, and obviously we've got gangs as well, so we tend to give things like undercover don, cunningly brutal and stuff. This is because of the gang traits. And speaking of gangs, we have in just 1 officers. That's the main thing I'm looking at in this list here. So we've got 1 gang officer, which is the Vipers, and that officer is Paul over here. Yeah, the rest of it is all okay. Right, so yeah, we'll build this room. It's oh, it is okay. We've got decent funds for that, and obviously we're working on inmate nutritional research, which will hopefully get done in this episode. It looks like this is now being completed, so that's all good, and I'm going to run in some power However, I will have to run in the power. Let's see. I'm gonna run maybe power along like. I'm gonna have to run it into these rooms anyway. So I'm gonna run it like this for now. And then it's going to run down to there. That should suffice. When we're in rooms here, we're going to type in a chapel. There we go. And then we're going to build said chapel. So the altar will go down the bottom. The pews will go in... Is that the right orientation for pews? I think so. And then prayer mats. I don't know if that is the right orientation. But we shall see, and then we'll put prayer mats in there like so. And let's treat ourselves to a bit of flooring. Shall we go with? Because obviously we've not put flooring in anywhere basically, and I do need to fix that at some point. Let's go with a brown carpet. No, I think more wood. Is there a dark wood? We do have dark wood floor. Let's put that in there. $5,000. Okay, other noises of surprise and amazement are available, but that's far too expensive. Plus 10 generic units of regret on that one. All right, fine. We'll have to do what we can. We've still got some good daily cash flow and stuff, so. Yeah, anyway, chapel's now in. Let me go ahead and we will go for spiritual guidance, 10 in the queue. Let's hopefully they'll actually go to it and it'll work. Pharmacological treatment of drug addiction, 2 in the queue, 1 finished, none passed. I'm going to stop running that. We did have a problem with that in the past. Was it Gary? I think it was Gary. Yeah, sadly we no longer have them in the facility. And, oh, look at that. So we have Paul Armand and Campus Christmas. Huh, okay. In solitary. So we are now handing out more punishments. Prison grading is not in existence because we haven't had 10 people leave. Reoffending rate is 75%. I can't remember if that's gone up or down, but we can see average punishment grade is 9 out of 10, which is excellent. Reform grade is also excellent, 9 out of 10. Work experience is nothing because, well, it's a gang facility and we don't have really any way for the people to work. There's only really the cleaning cupboard as far as I can recall. Security grade is actually just moved up there at 1 out of... well, 5, it goes from -5 to 5. We'll call it 6 out of 10, and then health grade is -2 because, of course, it never gets above 0 in my experience. Anyway, let's just double check once again the where is it? Gangs here, and just double checking the officers. 12 Vipers, 7 Bone Breakers, and 4 Jackals. I did originally plan on maybe moving the inmates around here, so they have like each cell block will have a particular gang member, but that's just sort of fallen by the wayside really. So yeah, and also we're now on negative monies, and that means that our credit rating will slowly be going down. Not much I can really do about that unless we are receiving more inmates, which we are not. Okay. You can see we're still waiting for that to be built. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Is it literally they just haven't bought it? No, it's all planned. It is construct darkwood floor. And there's lots of stuff around here. Ready for it to go in. Looks like people are now going here as well. That's all good. Bit more fighting here. Oh, and a death. Oh, Paul Dana, once again. Guard response. So they've got a set of keys, and that was an armed guard, Joshua, they've taken out. And P. Callahan, I'm just going to say, just ignored them. There's a taser, hit them directly, but didn't do anything. Looks like Elsa has been taken out too. And there's the tracking belt menu. And then there's a taser that didn't work. And then we've got stun buttons that are not working either. And there we go. Okay. Not much I can really do about that. They're a gang leader, and they're a legendary prisoner. Still with unknown reputations, though. Still with unknown reputation, but we're going to assume it's extremely everything. Because why would it not be? Yeah, look at that. They still haven't built that. Severe weather detected. Oh yeah, thunderstorms are coming. Okay. I do think that... I was going to say that visitor helicopter is stuck, but it's not. Danger level is flying up. 4 gang members are furious because, naturally, we are punishing Paul here. If I end the punishment, it'll now then head down, which I will do. Yeah, what's going on with that flooring there? I'll cancel that. It looks like it just hasn't been brought in. How strange. Inmate nutritional research just ticked over to complete the first part of it, which is a single low quantity, low variety meal. Going to go to policy and go high and high. This is going to massively hit the bank balance, but, well, while it's taken a bit of a beating, we might as well continue on in earnest. Let's go with eat time, and it's eat and then eat. So it's 3 high variety, high quality meals. Although quantity can be a quality. Yeah, we'll see how we get on that one. In terms of prisoners' needs, I think we are pretty much meeting them. Although there is a problem with food need, but that certainly will be fixed, if nothing else, with this other inmate nutritional research. We are getting a little bit of... Oh, 3 deaths today. Ex-law enforcement and snitch, Gareth Cook. Okay. I mean, obviously we don't have our solitary or gang facility, like ex-gang member facility. I'm a bit... I'm in 2 minds, as the saying goes. I'm not too sure exactly what to do on that one. We've got this area here, which we've put in the foundations for it many, many episodes ago. And the idea was to have this as ex-law enforcement, snitches, ex-gang members, and put them all in here. But the problem with that is we'll need tattoo removal and things like that, and we'll have to move them into a different category, and it's an unknown. It is definitely an unknown. Why is there no food over there? Why is there no food? And why is that not repaired either? Oh, we can't repair it because we don't have the money to repair it. But there certainly should be food. There's no food there. There is food here. Let me just double check that need. There's some furious food needs. Oh, there's some reoffending fines. Release prisoners. A couple of reformed and 1 reoffended. Okay. Let's go to programs and staff. Electrician training, 16 finish, 9 pass. Not a great pass rate on that one. Call control training. I'm going to stop that one. First aid training. Stop that one. Disarming certification is being ran. Fire safety as well. That's going to help out our bank balance. And here's the storm. Here is the storm. I'm going to pick up another grant just because we need to spend money, you can see, on ingredients and repairing and things like that. And I want to get things finished off. I'm going to go to flooring here and run some flooring. Like so. Oh! So I can see this prisoner here. Dan Smith. Search prisoner. I wonder why they're just randomly wandering over to this corner. I wonder why. Let's just search them and... Oh no, they've got nothing on the person. They might have dumped it. Interesting. Aston Underwood has been taken out. Killed by a rival gang member, so it is just a gang fighting. See, even when you don't have the plays for the gangs because you are segregating the gang leaders, even when you don't have them in and around the main body of the facility, it's still, you still get, obviously, issues with gangs. There's another death. Rival gang member. Yeah. We could certainly change the gang members to be in a different set of clothing and we'll split up the regime. That has been mentioned. Because we've got Supermax, which is the same. But we could go medium, minimum, medium, and maximum, and then stagger the timings. And I might do that at some point. Ooh. Was that Callister who was hit by lightning? I think there were. Okay. Yeah, fine. Let's finish some flooring here. Like that. And if nothing else, run it along there. Might as well build it. Might as well put it all in while we're doing it. Obviously some of it's been already done. And just run it like so. Done that side, and then there's just these corner pieces. I don't particularly want to spend loads of money on it, but it does affect travel times. That needs to be changed to that. That's being ran. That goes in there. That one in there. And there's certainly bits that I've missed. I know there will be, but I'll come back to it. I think the bulk of it's done. You see we've got a spiritual leader in there who's running all that. And also, that person is not being escorted to the infirmary. And there's nobody in the infirmary again. Let's check our staff room. No, no. So where are our staff members? Doctors too. Says we've got 2 doctors. Not seeing it. There must be around somewhere. Healing people up. Or just on break. One of them is on break and a bit annoyed. I'm going to hire another 2 doctors, even though it's going to massively hit our bank balance. Danger level is high and increasing. And I think it's food. Because nothing's getting made. Food need. It's currently eat time. Oh, there is food there. So people are eating. Just as not the amount that we actually need. Is it just the glitch with ingredients? I don't know. Kitchen. Remove. Redesignate. Oh. And once again, Paul Dana. I could do guard response, but by the time the guards get to the location, they'll have already passed. Because they're going to get to about here and then be tased. I say. Free fire. And let's see. There we go. That's... I was going to say pretty much stopped everything, but it's not. Okay. I might keep free fire on for a while. I don't know if I can do anything about that. That's weird. Can't sell it. I'm going to start dumping it. Let's start dumping some stuff in here. Just to see if it fixes the issue. There's no order to this, by the way. I'm just going around and clicking and then dumping. Let's see about that. Another death. Wow. Killed by a guard with a stun baton. Someone's got the setting wrong. Well, at least we're going to get some intake. told the workers to dump over there. There you go, they're bringing in more ingredients. And leader being punished, of course. Let's dismiss this vehicle, because I think some of them are glitched out. Where's the gang leader? They're not here. And they're not in solitary. So where are they? We can check that. Gangs. No, they are in solitary. They're end punishment. Doesn't really matter about ending, to be. I don't think, because they're not gonna. There's not gonna be any reform. So guards are just doing what they need to do. There's more stuff being brought in here and more stuff being washed up. I don't think I need more cookers. Don't think so anyway. We're currently on autumn now. Season. And weather is snow. It's ranging from 1.2 degrees C to 10.2. So we are coming now to a bit of a cold spell. Let's just check our temperature. There's only going to be one room really. The chapel. It's not. It's without heating. Things like the infirmary and visitation actually should have some sort of radiator in as well. Let me just check that. We do have one radiator in stock. If I was to place it there, it would be automatically connected, and I don't have to do anything else, so I am going to shift it. I've told the workers to do it, but they've got other things on apparently. That can go there. We do want a radiator in here, and probably a radiator in the chapel, but it's not a high priority for me. Problem is the cash flow once again, and adding in around here would certainly help. Once we've got the inmate nutritional research, we'll have a look at that. But this is my main concern now. That loads of stuff's being brought in. It's just food-wise, it's not getting moved over. I'll check logistics. Ah, there's your problem. This kitchen is supplying that. It should not be that way. It should be that. So logistics has not worked out. This kitchen here, I made this so it was for this canteen, just to wash up. Now, people have pointed out that you don't necessarily need one. I always have it because you can like wash up and stuff, but I'm going to remove it because it was glitching out, and yeah, there you go, look, it's all fixed now. Okay, I definitely need more in there. I think the... Oh, I was going to say, I think the inmate nutritional research is finished, but it's not. It's getting there. At least this is now sorted. I'm glad that's been fixed. Laundry is still not, because it's laundry. Uniforms. Just put another row in there. Let's just double check our programs. Anything I can stop? Anything I can stop? Not really. Okay. So, at least this is in. Let me just double check the flooring. Which actually I've managed to... Nah, more luck than judgment, that one. It's all in. And looks to be correct. Okay. That surprises me. So, inmate nutritional research will be done momentarily. After that... Careful now, what's happening here? Christopher Setterstrom. Strong name. Unknown traits. Yeah, so where do we go? We've been fixing things in this episode, which is fine. One thing that hasn't been fixed, however, is money. But, excellent. We have finished the inmate nutritional research, but also, because of an administrative error, we've been paid double. So I can remove some of that loan. which I've now done. Policy, we're going to change to medium and medium, like before, for all of the inmates. And the regime will be back to normal. So, I'm going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of prison architect. No kitchens capable of sending food over there. That's incorrect. What I'll do is I will glitch the game out here by removing that, then placing it again. And then it might fix itself. It has not. It says it's coming from there, but there's nothing there for it to do. So even though that's been removed, even though that room's been removed, this kitchen, we're still trying to send it over. I fixed it now, but it's yeah, it's a bit of an issue. Okay. We've got chapel, which means hopefully reform has improved. Yes, it's dropped by 5%. That's good. It's good, right? We have got the tracking menu working. The tracking belt's now working for Paul. And once again, speaking of Paul, is fighting again. They're no longer fighting. And we've got, like I say, a chapel. We've got the tracking belt. The power's back on. We are coming close to... We're coming to a cold season. However, not necessarily a problem, I think, because we have the cold weather training. We have in a decent temperature where it needs to be. So, yeah, we're in a much better position than the last time. However, still an issue is the cash flow. So, I think we can go two ways. We can either rush with this ex-gang member program, but I don't know if that's the way forward, and then basically build this. We've got the foundation in. Or I go with this and do a clone. I'm tempted for the clone. I'm very tempted to do this. Because then, you know, that's the maximum number of inmates increased, which will hopefully help. And then we can look at the more managing side of it and the reform side of it with the ex-gang member. We have a third grant that we can pick up just for the sake of money. But Cell Block B will also be done as well if we do this. I'm fairly confident we're going to go with this. But we'll see how we go. Daily cash flow is actually good now. Okay. We'll see how we get on. Let me know in the comments what you think. And as always, we will go from there. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. And generic partings.